What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of DevTalks with your host Traven, where we talk about everything engineering technology wise. And in this video, we're going to kind of dive more into how jobs are being replaced by AI overall, because there's some things I have to say and get off my chest and go all about it. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and let's dive right in.
Allworth, following this story, which is going to be developing over the weeks and months to come as we watch some of these layoffs. She's in New York City. Hi, Madison.
Hi, Martha. Not only are companies laying off tens of thousands of workers, they're also eliminating those entry-level jobs because those are the ones that are most easily replaced by AI. You look at the class of 2025, they are applying to more jobs than the class of 2024, and yet they're getting less offers. And that's all according to the National Association of Colleges and Employers. So we're seeing this at play. That is why you're starting to see more students turn to trade schools. Enrollment is up 11%, over 4 times that of college. And here at Apex Technical School, they've actually seen an increase in enrollment by nearly 15%. One of the big draws is job opportunities. To keep their accreditation, Apex needs to graduate 70% of their students, and then they need to place 70% of those graduates into jobs. In an uncertain market, that is hard to beat. And the students here, they like their odds of employment, and they also feel like they're in AI-proof jobs.
Uh, let's hear the students talk before I fully dive into this, actually.
I'm investing in myself right now, so I'm putting in this time while I'm young to get the skill, gain the skill. A few years later, I'm gonna be making a lot of money. In the future, you have so much like AI and all this stuff now. It's a lot of people are gonna be needing like to do hands-on jobs because the robot can't do much like plumbing and electrical and stuff like that. So that's why you got people like us here.
So not only AI-proof, but needed in the AI revolution, the building of data centers, the maintaining of complex electrical systems, that will all take trade workers, and students here will be graduated in the workforce in less than 7 months. Martha?
And this is extremely true. When we look at this overall, we're looking at this whole scope of where these students are going, and unfortunately to say, and to start this off on this note, this mainly is going to benefit men more than women. This whole AI stuff is actually going to hurt women overall more than men, unless women start going into trades, which most likely will not happen. It's There's a large chance that it's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen, where you just start seeing an increase of women going into trades and building, and the percentages skyrocketing crazy high. It's typically a mostly predominantly male field overall for all of those different trades. And the thing is, more men are going to switch to do stuff like that. More men are going to look at college, and they've been noticing it actually, from my experiences and things like that. I've been looking at college and deciding not to go if it's not worth it, because they don't want to get a basket weaving degree when they can go into trade and doing a trade that's something that they actually want to do, that's going to most likely guarantee them employment, that's going to make them provide for their families or who whatever themselves or anything like that. They're going to work the long hours of trades, come in for all of those different aspects and things as well too. They're gonna go out their way for a lot of different reasons to work all of those extra hours, to do all those extra things out there, and have all those hands-on jobs. And I actually spoke to some union mechanics the other day, actually, funny enough to say, and they're worried about their jobs being replaced and stuff, but I don't think it's going to be until a very long time till they even get to that point. Certain like union members, and I want to do a whole video on this. Maybe I'll do it something like this on my TikTok and write the idea down for me to really have a conversation about, because I definitely want to start posting more on that and having more conversations on that application. But it's only certain skilled workers are going to be left. You have to be a certain skilled worker to be left in the overall point. Um, all the other people in the unions and stuff who may not have the same qualifications as the union members who actually are mechanics and are tradesmen and are knowledgeable and they're great at their jobs and what they do, They're going to get left behind. They're going to get let go because they don't need people. They don't need bodies anymore to just do basic stuff. A lot of stuff's getting improved. The efficiency is going to be going up. The machinery is going to get better. The technology is going to get better and it just makes a lot of these jobs a lot easier for themselves. But the tradespeople, I have a way, an idea of what to do as well too when it comes to them, so that they're not fully replaced, and try to keep some of their jobs and their employments sakes, especially for certain regulations and whatever. But and once again, that's a whole nother other topic that we can get into. Like I said, I can make a whole nother separate TikTok video about that. Follow link's going to be in the description down below if you guys are interested into having full on those conversations. But the main reason I want to react to this is because of the graduate students coming out of college. You don't understand dumb how dumb it is to have a full workforce. And this even goes for people who go to college for the right reasons. A lot of people who go to college for the wrong reasons, communication degrees, some business degrees, accounting, certain gender studies, religious studies, a lot of like there's a lot of degrees that do not matter. They're like simple degrees. People get BAs in them. Those degrees are terrible. They're so terrible. Getting debt for those degrees are absolutely freaking terrible to even go to college in the first place for that. I would never go or send my child to college or university if they're getting specific degrees that don't align with the markets and stuff. And I think parents should be talking to their children instead of going, "Hey, go figure out what you want to do and take whatever degree you want to do and all that other stuff and get all this debt." I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't send them to school if they're gonna go to school for some nonsense. That's not gonna put them in the best positions at all. If you have no clue or something, you can go into a trade. If you do know what you want to do, it's there's certain sciences or things like you're going to be some kind of researcher, developer, engineering stuff, doctor, health, lawyers to some extent right now. It all depends on what we're really sitting here talking about and what they want to do, what's going to give them the best advantages. But even some of those people who go to college for the right majors and things are impacted as well too, where a lot of these jobs and companies are not hiring entry level anymore. They're not training anybody anymore because those entry level people are replaced already. So my question here now for everybody, if nobody can get an entry level job to get the experience to become way more knowledgeable and build upon further on their career so that they can move up and get those other higher jobs, except those people who are absolutely gifted. Sometimes you have those outliers who get those positions. What are how are these students, especially the ones doing the right things, going to get that experience, that working experience? What are they going to do? Because the jobs are there, they're existent, but they're existent for people with long-standing careers and everything. What are you guys going to do for the next generations that once when the ones that you have die out? Or do they think that AI would just be that good at that time, so it wouldn't even matter? I'm actually really curious on what the actual thought process is on all of this. If anybody who's running a company in that sake and they're really cutting down on the entry level jobs, please let me know because we're going to have a lot of different conversations. We're going to go through a lot of this information and see how it's impacting everybody because I think this is truly insane at that point. You have to have a way to do both. There's a happy medium at some point. In almost every context, there's some little happy medium point that makes the most sense, that's understandable, that we can go with, rock out with, and all that. And everything will be good for the most part. But in other cases, it may not be true, but this is also something that you would have to talk to some of these people who are making these decisions about because not every decision that are made makes sense. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you guys all sticking around. Once again, everything in the description down below, all my links and my email. If you want to send me any recommendations, send me an email at devtalkspod@gmail.com. Without further ado, peace. See you next time.